Hello and welcome to Climax Scott's Elementary. I'm Mrs. Peters and this is our elementary school. We have a lot of great programs and things happening here. We also have some needs we'd like to show you. Come on in. As you can see, both doors just open right up, so they're not very secure. And this is right where the classrooms start and right where the children transition to other areas of the building, so it's not as safe as we wish it would be. This is Miss Charles. She's one of our amazing kindergarten teachers. We do a lot of fun things here in kindergarten. Miss Charles, what are you working on right now?
We are working on centers right now, and so the kids are at different stations practicing skills on either handwriting and sign language, spelling words, sight word practice, sentence practice, reading, or some games on the computer that encourage all those things along with some technology skills. What we are really looking at is how our use of tablets to create authentic audience with their families by letting them post to their own page on Seesaw and let their families see what they're doing. The limit that we have is that we have 2 tablets from a school. I think they came from our grant that we had. So we have 2 tablets from that, and then an iPad that I have purchased and another tablet that I've purchased. With our 2 computers, can't differentiate as well with having maybe 2 or 3 kids spread across 2 computers, sometimes 4 on the 2 computers. And so it makes it harder to reach all those levels. But we're doing as best we can as with what we have. So that's
a few more tablets and maybe a few more classroom computers would be helpful.
Yeah.
And Mr. Frisbee does an amazing job with our phys ed program in kids grades K through 5th. Right now they're working on a roller skating unit and the kids are excited about that.
The way that I try to make physical fitness fun is I try to incorporate different things. Roller skating unit is something unique that we get to do that not many schools in the state get to even do. But kids, that's how they learn. They learn from fun and they learn from physical activity and being active.
Our carpet is decades old and could use replacing throughout the entire building. As you can see, in some areas it's puckered, in other areas it's frayed, in some areas there are rips. We really would like to be able to replace the carpet since it's been decades. As we continue on down the hallway, we see that we have lots of great things running here at Climax Scott's Elementary. We have lots of artwork, art projects. We promote literacy. We allow the kids to write about books and recommend authors in literacy, which I think is an amazing program here at Climax Scott's Elementary. Our drinking fountains are very, very old. They're probably as old as the carpeting that we mentioned earlier, decades old. We have a great crew who continually works on them, but they are now in need of replacement. It's difficult to repair them at the age that they're at. There was an earthquake about 3 years ago in our area, and that caused some damage to our building structure and foundation. I'm going to show you some of that damage right now. There's some cracks in the wall. And on down here we're going to see some more significant cracking. This is our mechanical room, and as you can see, a lot of the boilers and other equipment in this room are very old. They need to be updated, replaced, and repaired. Included in the promotion of literacy, countywide as well as building-wide, we created a Climax Scott's Hallway Library. The books were provided by Climax Scott's Methodist Church through a grant, and my husband built the shelves. And we put all the books together. The children are able to choose a book that they want to choose. They don't have to sign it out, and they can bring it back whenever they're ready and done with it. Just one more way we promote literacy here at Climax Scott's. Another great program here we have at Climax Scott's Elementary is our music program in grades K through 5. Ms. Banlow does an amazing job of teaching all kinds of instruments and singing to the children. She has a set of xylophones, keyboards, ukuleles, drums, all kinds of ways for the kids to learn music and instruments here at Climax Scott's.
And I feel like the luckiest teacher in the world because my room is loaded. Our music boosters have done an amazing job of equipping this classroom. So it's a privilege to teach here. I love teaching the instruments. I love teaching the kids to sing. And thank you very much.
You do a great job.
Thank you.
We want them to have a great recess environment to burn off that energy. And right now we have a pretty good playground, but the equipment is getting old. Our newest piece of equipment is what you see right there, and it is nearly 20 years old and is showing some wear and tear and need for repair. We'd love to be able to better suit our children's needs by giving them some newer equipment to play on. This is pickup area. So the parents park in this lot, and then their children walk through daily to come into school, because whether they go that way or this way, they pick up at the end of the day there, they drop off there. They have to come through the parking lot one way or another, and they have to dodge all of these potholes that are growing larger and larger every year.
One of the things that we're really proud of at Climax Scotts is how welcoming we are as a district. But one of the things that folks have a hard time with is that our visitors parking lot is quite a ways from our main entrance. And there's no real signage as you come up to the building. So it can be difficult to know exactly where you're headed. If you didn't know where you were going, you would have a hard time. You might see that this is the main office, but you could walk right by it and you would be right in the mix of all the students. So obviously we want all of our visitors to check in at the main office, which is right here. The bond would provide a redesign of the main office and the main entry point with a single point of access and video monitoring. That would allow us to receive and greet every guest through our main office, and it would allow us to keep visitors separate from our student body and keep our focus on instruction. This also would provide guests a well-defined way into the building and personnel who can point them in the right direction. This makes it much more student and guest friendly. So often our visitors, they pull into this driveway first because it's the first one that they come to. And so they pull into this parking lot, and there are 3 different doors that they can go to, one of them being this one. And if you look at the stairs, they're just simply not safe to navigate. That could be a potential issue. So making sure that we have a safe space for folks to walk. Because of our size and the values of our community, our staff really does a great job of making families feel welcome. However, the state and overall appearance of the building and classrooms does make a difference to our families that are visiting. It's important to stay competitive with other districts in order to attract families to our district, and the more students we have, the more options we can offer our students. If you look at our carpeting, we've had to patch it, and so our folks try and do a really nice job, but there are definitely pieces missing, and I think that doesn't lend to a welcoming classroom environment. Then if you look at all the desks, you'll see that they're just kind of a compilation of different desks throughout the years when we've kind of put them all together. We're trying to save everything that we've got, and we do a good job with that, I think, but we definitely are in need of upgrading our furniture.
So my name is Jacob Hinga. I am a 2012 alumni graduate from Climax Scotts. This is my home. So when I went to school, I liked the personalized environment. So each of the teachers was able to really help me with what I wanted, and it was very personable. It wasn't just a million kids for each student. And then while I was here, I was able to go and take college credits at the same time, which helped me get a head start for my college degree. So I ended up going to Michigan State. I got a bachelor's degree in kinesiology. Athletic-wise, I think this is the best place to be for a sport if you aren't planning on going into it at the NFL, NBA level. So this place teaches so many lessons. The athletic coaches are really good about not treating you as someone trying to win, but treating you as a person who's trying to make sure that you are a person that's going to succeed in life. And so a lot of the lessons I learned through coaching from Coach Langs, Coach Hinton way back in the day, everyone helped me do stuff now. So right now I'm a circus performer. I'll be performing in SeaWorld, and a lot of my work ethic and like my drive for stuff came from here. So when I trained and busted my butt here, I still do that, and a lot of it was from those habits were formed from back here. So I really, really, really appreciate the athletic opportunity that this place gave me, and some of my favorite memories are from here. I was lucky enough to be on one of the only teams to make it to the state finals from here, and that was a super, super great experience. Not many kids can do that, and it was a lot of fun. Other than that, I think this place could still use a lot more money. A lot of schools could, but this place especially. I haven't been back in a while, but when I was here, the desks were almost falling apart. There's a lot of stuff that's really just not up to par. A lot of the schooling definitely needs to take some priority and get bumped up for. So
I think that this proposal too for the auxiliary gym really will make a difference, because the practice times won't run into each other. We'll be able to practice at the same time as other teams, helping these kids get home earlier. And we'll also be able to bring in different opportunities during the summer with summer leagues, basketball-wise, with AAU volleyball, AAU basketball, My Way wrestling. Then you could do band concerts in there. Just the opportunities, in my opinion, are endless, and that will really make a great place that is Climax Scotts even better.
My name is Coach Langs. I'm here to discuss a little bit about the upcoming bond issue, Proposal 1 and Proposal 2. If you don't know, I've been at Climax Scotts for quite a bit of my adult life and raised my 4 children here. My wife and I work in our school district. Beautiful place, incredible place to have our kids go through. And we have a chance in these next 2 proposals to do some things that probably need to be done inside for our community and for our kids. And Proposal 1 is a great proposal, getting things set for some of the needs, if it's the roofs and the driveways and the infrastructure inside of our school. But sometimes what gets lost in the talk is the importance of Proposal 2. And to me, the difference is Proposal 2 is projecting 10, 15, 20 years down the road for what is it going to mean to our school district and our kids. And we know that when I'm long gone and other people are here, how can we set this school district up to be competitive and continue to be a quality education and what I say on and off the field. One of the things, if you really need to talk to, you need to talk to my wife, Kim Langs, because what her day consists of in a week dealing with organizing and scheduling for our gyms is quite a task at times, and she's an incredible woman to take those things on for us, so I appreciate that. But what I don't think people understand with our gym situation is how many times that gym is scheduled at the intermediate for our elementary kids. So they're coming in and doing practices. I think last night we had a softball practice. The weather was not good, so we had kids in here till 9 o'clock at night doing softball at the intermediate gym. So sometimes that talk comes, well, the importance of getting our kids educationally sound and getting practices done so kids can get home, be with their family, get their dinner, get their homework done. I think they need to process what that means for our elementary students also, and giving them an opportunity to use the facilities when the school day is done, because we all know that education is much more involved than just sitting at a desk, and that broad-based education, I think, which is so key at Climax Scotts, involves our extracurricular activities. And so I always like to say Proposal 1, gosh, we got some immediate needs. Proposal 2 is one of those things that you look at maybe beyond what people immediately see as an athletic gym, but processing what it means to elementary kids who are not even at this building, and what is it going to mean for the future of our students out there 10, 20, 40 years from now, and what are we setting up for the future generations? And I think both those proposals are absolutely important.